And USC, you know, you got to give them credit on the scout, because zone defense is something that the CU has struggled with. They're getting better at breaking that down, but
when you're Maya Hollingshead, that's your shot, not your pass. Maya's going to pick this one up at midcourt. Euro step through, Sherrod, nope. Miller was there trying to grab it, and instead USC will pull it away with Tara Reed.
Buff still playing some sticky defense, still showing a little bit of pressure in that backcourt as well.
Shot rolls out, tipped up and in. Rayah Marshall.
USC Young in the post right now. Marshall bottoms up. That changes things a bit with Marshall scoring her first bucket.
Thing it's turned against Von Oelhoffen. Mitrovic got a hand in on Marshall. Marshall a little scoop up from under and gets it to go in the and one. The foul on Mitrovic. Nice play by Rayah Marshall.
Really crafty. Does a nice job of just going right at her. You can see her coming down trying to swat that. Just got
in December in Lahaina, and she hadn't been a factor tonight for Oregon State.
Yeah, she's really struggled to get touches and score.
The and one for Rayah Marshall.
And Marshall's been huge here, not just on the offensive end, but defensively getting tips. But here you see, you know, little post-to-post action. Nice pass, draws a foul.
Rich Burke along with Maylana Martin-Douglas, a Hall of Famer at UCLA, played there 1997 to 2000. Rayah Marshall over Hosendove, rained down a three.
The free throw line to Rayah Marshall, drives on Jenna Johnson, fakes right, spins back to her left, off the glass and in for two. Tough move there for Rayah Marshall. Block, then move it back to the corner to Maka Jackson. She dribbles out of the corner, then goes to Deja. One-on-one with Rayah Marshall. She'll attack it. Rayah Marshall denies it at the rim. In the front court comes Desiree Caldwell, slowing it down to Tara Reed. Looking inside to the freshman, Rayah Marshall. She'll catch, she'll spin, she'll score, and be fouled. Rayah Marshall in the paint, able to score. 22-point advantage. Left side, here's Gianna, faking to her left. Stepping up top, taking the three, and blocked by Rayah Marshall.
Huskies will utilize a lot of the shot clock. Now 7. Darcy Reese gets that one rejected by Marshall. She timed that perfectly for the Huskies. Now 5 on the shot clock. Mulkey trying to hit Whitfield, and now the leak out for Marshall. Watch out! Oh, she goes for the lay, and she can dunk it. Schwartz pops open, and Marshall is there to deny it. Hands it to Oliver, now kicks it to Van Dyke. And that pass late and intercepted by Marshall. She is off to the races.
And that's number 3 on Bella, replaced by Jessica Clark. Marshall up high, the catch and the finish.
Tammy, I don't know about you, but I can't believe we're already at the end of the regular season.
Where did the season go, right, Cindy?
Jade Lavelle denied. Just one shot opportunity for SC. This rebounding has been fantastic for ASU. Lavelle blocked. Marshall is ahead of the pack, and she knows how to finish. Each team trying to get some traction, find a way to create separation. Marshall stepping through, gets the roll, and an opportunity for a three-point play.
Great move by Hansen. It just rolls off the rim in the front. And look at Marshall.
She took that coast to coast.
That's coast to coast. Nobody stepped up and stopped ball. She has an outlet player. She doesn't hit the outlet.
The hezzy.
Yeah, the hesitation step.
Marshall thought about the three, fires, and hits. Rayah Marshall, 13 points. Simmons keeps her dribble, spins, and turns it over. Marshall quickly grabs the rock and calls timeout. If you're USC, that couldn't have gone any better.
In their own court. So Simmons, guarded by Mura, tries to reverse spin, and Mura just gets her hand on it. This is a beautiful touch. Watch the right hand. She just pokes it away without.
Matchup now swings the direction of Arizona, although they have to be mindful of the best freshman shot blocker in the nation. Now has had a block in every game since the early stages of the year, showing her outside skills as well. Joan, I told you, she can do it all. It's all clicking for USC. Marshall has been done. So coming off the timeout, typically Arizona has a quality possession, and you see Zella Sanchez into the game. Love needs some help along the baseline, and I mentioned the stat for the freshman Marshall. Into Ware, and Marshall, not once but twice, turns her away. Pellington off the mark, battle for the rebound, comes off to Shada. Down for Arizona here with just 5 to shoot. Love goes reversal, you're not going to get past Marshall. Another block. Can the freshman get the trifecta? That's going to go down as a shot clock violation.
Broke the hand, had surgery.
Was out 7 games. Oh, what a tough shot. Keeps it up high. Marshall with the high bank.
Might be tough for you. Very crafty.
High to low. Lefty scoop pretty. Rayah Marshall was sick. Rayah Akunwafo. Clarice Akunwafo's checked in, 34 for USC, and they work it inside. That's a good one for Marshall. She's got 8 points.
Thomas, you give it to me. Just give it to me.
One help D. Caldwell.
Dunk it.
She wanted to. How about the finale of the regular season? I mean, the seeds could have gone anywhere as the outreached arm of Marshall swats that one back at Penn.
Marshall, who just picked up her first foul. Get it right back to her. Phi on the defense, and it rolls right in. With the toe/foot injury.
Oh, great backdoor. Shea Holly is ball watching.
Game 9 of 39. They've missed 12 of their 13 threes. Marshall able to use her body well.
They need a third scorer, so it's good to see Littleton get it started early.
Watch out for the quick hands. Look out. Marshall scrambling. Tough stick. Marshall, number 2 in the United States in blocks per, number 6 in total blocks. She's had a block in 33 straight games, but she rebounds as well. And oh, there's the block on cue. The pick. Marshall waiting for some help. There's the runner.
Good cut and a good feed by Hansen there. Just unfortunate on the miss. USC doing a nice job on the boards.
Marshall and the foul by Hosendove, and one opportunity for Rayah Marshall.
Just so athletic, just a great job getting herself.
It is Rice, who has been a starter all games for these Bruins as a freshman. Pretty impressive. There is the offensive rebound, but the miss by Osborne. Chance for USC to tie or go ahead as Iwala is back into the game for UCLA. Strong counted and a foul as they come out aggressive. That's Rayah Marshall.
This is where I think that she can hurt UCLA, right? I think, 4 points in the paint for USC in that first quarter, and they go eat.
Marshall is guarded by Bessoir. Littleton's going to penetrate. Marshall again, going to draw contact. Got it. Wow.
I'm just going to play a little ball here, Littleton. She's going to dump it off, right? Pick it up. All right, Bessoir, she closed out. She stopped the drive for the meantime, and then Rayah Marshall. Sometimes it's just your number, and you get the call, and they're going to call things for you. And Corey Close says, I'm going to put London Jones in some situations to score more, and she's delivering.
Marshall counted in a foul. Rayah Marshall is vying for back-to-back Pac-12 Players of the Week.
You can score.
Backdoor cut, Noble in traffic and then gets it ripped away by Rayah Marshall. Gets it to Caddy Sissoko. Nice Euro step off window. And Van Dyke on the move. Yeah, they want to run. Going all the way at Marshall, and Marshall says, get that out of here.
She was grabbing that earlier, but not too much pain. And that's probably one too many passes inside the paint for the Huskies. Somebody's got to go up a little sooner. This team will make you pay.
Marshall looking for Sissoko. She had Van Dyke sealed, and she scores it. 4-2, Washington with the advantage.
Yeah, and look at the high-low here. Sissoko sealing Haley Van Dyke. And we talked about
task.
Dogs would love a close finish and win
Schwartz in the lane, gets it deflected, but right into the hands, and then flip to Oliver, and Marshall there to take it away. T.T. Watkins hits the glass. Haley Van Dyke going right at Marshall, and she takes it away again. Her 6th block is tough and throw it. A soldier.
It looked like maybe an ankle thing, but the back was hurting her earlier. And I know what it feels like to have back spasms. Looked a little bit like that.
Another one. Block 7 for Marshall. It is a block party. Oliver skips it over to Steins, closely guarded by Williams. Tries to lose her on the dribble, and another block by Marshall. Her 8th, and then she drills it off of Daniel's leg.
Of course.
Her line today, folks. Rayah Marshall.
And a drive from Jones. She gets stuffed.
Again, Rayah Marshall. She's there. That was on the help side.
And that's going to be a no-look pass inside. Couple dribbles and pulls up to shoot with the foul coming.
Oh,
and one for Marshall.
But again, she had a little bit of time. Miller kind of hedges in. Doesn't quite close out enough time. And again, Buff's not doing great on the rebounds either. Just boxing out.
And this is the one you got to play defense on. And Aaronette Von Lay gets a shot right over. Littleton picked it up. Crowd wanted a double dribble. Marshall getting fouled in an and one.
Feed, such a good feed. And Rayah Marshall, again on that broken play, goes straight up at Aaronette.
And muscling in there for a 3-point play, Rayah Marshall.
I mean, just her finishing, just her ability, her efficiency in finishing at the rim. Again, off the dribble. You got 3 buffs all around.
Rogers on the move. Get it out of here. Rogers comes down. Dangerous pass. Another rejection. Dangerous pass. Seen a couple of those going the other way. Another block from Rayah Marshall. Here comes Rayah Marshall. I'm not going to allow a second opportunity. So pretty. All right, end to end. 29-14 run going back to midway through the second quarter. Now Marshall gets a rebound and then just kind of... Another denial from Rayah Marshall. The lead in by Van Sluten. And just that little hesitation in the rock.
This thing could be one. Cal's out rebounding USC so far 13-7.
Great transition defense by Cal.
Inside Sissoko again. Nice look.
For USC, Rayah Marshall has the ball in the high post. Kimberly Martin is on the bigger post than Sissoko.
Doing a great job on the defensive end, and then it translates to offense.
Helping them out from the three-point line as well as Marshall. I thought she was going to take off, slaps glass instead. Rayah Marshall able to get into the passing lane once again. Another layup for Rayah Marshall.
Perimeter have to be careful with chest passes to the top of the key. Rayah Marshall's all on that. Hey, all she had to do was turn it over.
Baker weaves inside, pass deflected and stolen. Samuels ahead. Watkins pulls up from the elbow. It's easy. Kylie Lavelle, shot clock running down. 4 on the timer, blocked by Rayah Marshall. Trojans have been stout defensively. Borland finds a lane and then has it blocked from over the top. Rayah Marshall, her second block of the day. Two teams that are not all that far apart. Marshall on the block, goes to work with the spin and the bucket.
She just displays that kind of finesse and touch.
But using these valuable minutes, I mean, she's got 4 points and just hasn't played a ton of minutes coming off the bench and giving Kelly Graves and this club what they need.
Marshall fades and banks it in. We're getting late in this game, 3:05 left. The lead is 8, dumping it inside. Marshall
Scores on the reverse. 15 now for Marshall. What a pass. What an absolute pass there. Down low, underneath, and Rayah Marshall bettering her angle to better that bucket.
I got to know Beth well when I worked in San Diego, and she was at the helm at San Diego State. I always loved talking to her and catching her knowledge. Rayah Marshall with another block.
Well, I talked to her after practice, and she was really, really frustrated with her play.
And that makes it 24-9. Beautiful by Marshall.
Well, and it's the play of Rayah Marshall just staying aggressive.
Yeah, Lindsay Gottlieb has said of Padilla, she's just unflappable. Strong drive by Journey, denied. Rayah Marshall, get that out of here.
Rayah Marshall just so tough, such a great rim protector. But what that also does is Padilla is able to stay on her.
It's a 7-1 run right now for Arizona State. Juju Watkins. Defenders closing in. Well, on Juju, an extra pass gets it done. Beautiful pass to Davis.
She's got that size and the ability to jump. And then you see Rayah Marshall off of the sweep.
Now trying to work her way into the paint and swatted.
34-28, Utah with the lead. Utes coming in 18th in the country, USC hottest team. McQueen, ball bounced around and into the hands of USC. Here's Juju, all the way to the cup.
We lead by 3 with less than 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Williams gives it up, a three-point chance, and Marshall is feeling it.
And they needed her, too. You know, that was a tough call. They're saying that got 4 points, and that was from her high school teammate, Jada Williams, and didn't have to put the ball on the floor.
Well, yeah, and quick ball movement there, and the whistle comes as Marshall makes a strong move. She's got 11 and the chance for another three-point chance.
Here's Bigby now with the task of guarding Brown. Over to Crisp.
Well, Arizona State already low in the shot clock, and they don't even have a good look yet.
Bounce pass, Thompson. Juju says, get that out of here. Here's Forbes. Whips it over her head to Marshall. Free throw line, Jay. Too strong. Davis in there for another rebound. She back tips it to Marshall. Here's Marshall on the attack. She gets the English.
Credit Caitlin Davis for that play. Crashed the O boards twice, leading to this opportunity from Rayah Marshall. Great job by USC again, continuing to attack the paint, which is where they've had a lot of.
Watkins had the double team. How about an and one for Marshall with some emotion?
Just a beautiful job by Juju Watkins. Hey, you're going to bring all this pressure to me. I got the height. I got the vision.
Aguado spins away. Now gets it down low to McGill. Stripped away by Rayah Marshall.
Yeah. Talking about Cheryl Miller and people that maybe played in the AIAW. What's it been like to just hear those names, not just yourself, but...
Pretty pass from Darius. Oh, and an even better one.
I love
that. Giving it to Samuels for the bucket. Well, USC, certainly some high-level plays here today. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, Darius gives it up. Rayah Marshall gives it up. And the freshman from Seattle comes away with 2 points.
Really not happy. Poked away
Another
again.
turnover.
The turnovers for Kansas have been a bugaboo. Forbes, pull-up three is nails. Here's Juju. Lots of red jerseys for the Jayhawks in her space, so she kicks it to Padilla. Now Marshall down low, wide open, takes contact, finishes anyway.
And the emergence of Rayah Marshall, it's kind of funny to say that as a junior because she was coming on so strong a year ago. But look at the show, the target, knew she had the size advantage inside, and then Jackson with the late react.
Thompson.
It's nice when your program has that many Hall of Famers in their history. Forbes looking for her 6-3, and she gets it on the move. Why not? Just
Juju's going to try to get back to that right hand. They're going two-man game on the naked side right here with Marshall. What about that turnaround jump shot and one?
Marshall the turn. I think it was a pass.
I think it was a
assist
pass.
to Caitlin Davis.
Trojans quick. Von Oelhoffen to Marshall. Back inside area Fenn. Shea fights a defender off and lays it up and in. Von Oelhoffen ahead. Rayah Marshall will attempt a three, and she hits it. And the Trojan bench is loving it.
A whole nother country out there in Paris, in a game in which USC had to fight to come out with that win, as Marshall rejecting there. Watkins, trail shot from three, it's good. Adams, top of the key now to Edwards. And Marshall getting in the passing lane, trying to save this one, flips it over her head to Smith. The left-hand layup is good. Rayah Marshall, a Houdini act here inside Galen Center. How about this? It's got to be a SportsCenter top 10, huh?
Wow, what an impressive over the back.
Smith over to Watkins. Dumps it down low to Marshall. Cross-court pass, Von Oelhoffen. That's true. Marshall comes over to set the screen. Watkins uses it, pulls up, elbow. Too strong. Marshall with one arm gets that rebound and puts it up and in.
Fighting Eve Cox there for the rebound. Like you mentioned, Rayah Marshall only needing the one hand. Great control as we get another look.
Gets it over to Rapp. Rapp right back to Pollard. One of our players to watch here this afternoon. Pollard being guarded by Watkins. Nice backdoor, but Marshall the eliminator.
Getting the first possession for the Irish. We talked about that 1-2 punch in the backcourt. Hidalgo and Miles. Miles taking it to the cup and blocked by Rayah Marshall.
But what a sequence defensively here for Marshall. You see the drive by Miles. They want to force her middle into the help, and Marshall is right there at the rim to contest.
You see how fast the Irish get it up. Met by Rayah Marshall at the rim. You can sense momentum shifting. The Galen Center erupts.
Flags it down. Wanted the layup. Wasn't there. Marshall will square. Marshall, extra pass. Mid-range game is there.
On that reach-in, got too aggressive.
Wow.
But Rayah Marshall helped Dee sagging down. She saw Bell come in, but that...
Samuels picks up that dribble. Now it's Howell dumping it inside. Extra pass. Gotta shoot. And how about that to beat the shot clock buzzer, Samuels?
She can get rid of it to an open player, and the rest of USC is going to have to move the ball and get an open look.
Rayah Marshall with the block, the reverse, stuffed right back. And now USC, this is the tempo and the pace they want to push.
A top 5 team in the nation.
And I think the key to that is you hit a couple of shots right off the bat, and immediately you're feeling like you're in your game. As across the paint, good ball movement by USC. Area Fenn with the finish. She shoots at 35% out there. High, low, and the finish. Marshall give her the assist, and Area Fenn another bucket.
The third assist of the game for Marshall with 8 rebounds. She does so many.
Marshall gets one as well. USC with 4 blocks, 3 steals, and just 1 foul. And Alton-Wapo headed back to the training room as inside Area Fenn. I'm out here at USC with 4:10 remaining.
Another job of playmaking. It's Marshall to Kiki, and they love it. Big smiles all around for SC.
Going to check in next time we have a stoppage for USC. Irving has the step. Oh, swatted away there by Marshall.
Potentially for the Huskies to take advantage of. Should have been 2 at one end, and instead they get a bucket and cut this a little closer.
Yeah, that miss is almost like a live ball turnover. This time she finishes. Kiki, Area Fenn.
Nice little 2-game there between Hobbs and Olsen. I like it. Hobbs comes over and gives Olsen the ball and then gets a little screen. She kind of fades off, a little flare.
Kennedy Smith for 2.
She won those practice points, meaning she just had a great week of practice, and so she told the most points for drills and basic things that they keep score for in practice. She gets to wear it, and AJ, you and I both agree that's not the first time. For Julia.
She's getting more minutes this year than she got last year in Middle Tennessee. And Marshall, great show and go move. Wilson 78% from the line, by the way. Those free throw misses. Another turnover. 2-on-1. Marshall. Foul called. Bucket good.
Good job by Nebraska to just poke it and keep it alive, but there's the long reach of Marshall in the passing lane. Smith all alone.
Rayah Marshall starts the break.
Yep, start the play, hand in the passing lane, bring it up. Incredible hands.
And this time recovered by Van Olhoffen. Skips it along. Nice catch, Smith. Layup both off. Marshall the cleanup, and that's good.
Rayah Marshall has been Johnny on the spot throughout this entire game when it comes to rebound putbacks. She's active, she hunts the ball well.
Merkel against Marshall, blocked. Number 3 in program history in block shots is Rayah Marshall. Area fan, it's good.
Big Ten in the conference, exciting to watch. Here's one from behind, Rayah Marshall. That's a live block.
Merkel's numbers are down a tick the last few games as they've gone into conference play for good. And she's trying to guard Watkins inside, good backdoor cut. Watkins 10 for 11.
Back and forth we go, turnover for turnover.
Yeah, that's a good early post-up by Strickland, but
it was a good look too. Garzone, attack mode, met at the rim by Rayah Marshall, one of the best shot blockers in the Big Ten. Indiana needed to make shots. They have done just that so far.
And Rayah Marshall protects the paint so well, but she's got to be ready on Strickland to get out and contest that face-up. That's a quality shot by Garzone. You'll take that if you're Terry Warren.
Smith finds Marshall. She's patient, fouled again. And this is how far USC has come. Down early in the first and second quarters, didn't panic.
perfect execution off the screen and roll. Jones facilitating, draws two.
A lot of time for Watkins. Rebound to Marshall. She gets that one and one opportunity. Don't get the bucket, but the effort was there. Puryear blocked at the rim by Marshall. One of the best in the Big Ten to do that. Now they're just getting fancy, playing with it. Oh! Faces because she spent a lot of time on the sidelines at UConn. She's also the head coach at Boston University. Nice find to area fend from Rayah Marshall. Some high-low action. Moves throughout their motion offense. The Trojans on the road here. Marshall through everyone. Big bucket.
It's kind of what you get with two smart head coaches, right? Adjustment, adjustment. Adjustment to that adjustment, adjustment.
How many adjustments how many times can you say adjustment on the air?
Oh, I've got about 40 more in me.
This was a nice block.
Yeah, great take by Daniels.
USC, a lead after that first quarter. Kira, what was going on in the huddle? Big block there by Rayah Marshall. To have weapons that can both go off simultaneously is hard to stop. Rayah Marshall, talk about a contest.
Mental errors and turnovers down the stretch here for USC. Back to a three-possession game, but that's a theme as well. Michigan State not being able to capitalize.
And on the other end, you know how that ends.
It was get the ball in the lane and Marshall scoring over the top of the defense.
And now Marshall with a steal. Marshall with the finger roll.
For USC, she doesn't have to score to make a huge impact. And Illinois, all the momentum in this game, getting the pick. And
Wallace had it poked away.
You can see USC just pick up the pace, speed up Illinois, and it's creating havoc.
Marshall.
Watkins roaming, drops it off Marshall. Extra pass, got two, down low for Akunwafo.